in 6th place after the round of pit stop. Still yet to pit. Demorts is come back out in 2nd, so he stays ahead of his teammate, managing to curtail the overcut. And we've got JD looking very, very racy with the Haas of Carter down on the run towards turn 7, but not this time. Is he? Oh, and there's contact. JD stays behind Carter, and Billy's losing serious time to Demorts. And with Carter yet to pit, this could be pivotal for the race lead. Van Gerven comes into the pits then for the 3rd time. Oh, and the Red Bull of Crash Gaming goes into the wall. Connor seemed to be struggling through that corner. He clips the wall and will have to pit that. Puts Demorts then back up into 1st as Carter and JD in the background there are exchanging positions. JD dropping down behind Royal Viking and goes down the inside of Carter into turn 7 in a little bit of a kick from the rear. Gets that car straightened up. This now a 4-way battle as Super Gabu joins the party. They're coming through turn 20. It's still the Haas of Carter that leads this little train in 3rd place. Royal Viking 4th. JD 5th. Super Gabu 6th. Here we go then on the run down towards turn 1. Crash Gaming pits from 2nd place. Needs a new front wing and a set of tyres. Giving DRS to Carlo, and that's the racing point of JD looking down the inside of Royal Viking. Super Gabu all the time getting closer behind them. So we go, we're halfway through this race, Danny, and it's still Demorts that leads. His teammate though has been jumped by Royal Viking after the stops. Carter still yet to pit up in 2nd place.
Demorts looking pretty solid at the front of the pack at the moment. He's opened himself up a few seconds there.
Yeah,
he's looking good, to be fair. He's looking solid at this moment in time.
Yeah, 4.2 seconds that gap now then. But this is the main battle on track then for what is P2. Carter yet to pit. So Royal Viking, JD and Gabu is for net 2nd place and those all important 18 points in the championship. Carter doing quite a good job of defending, but unfortunately he does have to fit a 2nd set of. Royal Viking looking down the inside through turn 14 then, and he gets the move done. Nice and gap on the race leader. Is the racing point going to follow behind shortly? Will Carter dive into the pit lane? We will see. It's lap 7 of 13. 3 DNFs then. Ninja and Assault King lost very early on. Kappa Wonder having a problem at turn 3 going into the wall and losing his front wheel. Alpha Tower, remember, lead the Constructors Championship and the Drivers Championship in Warrior Huntsman. He's down in P7. As Carter stays out then, he's got the DRS, he's got overtake mode not used, but he's down the inside of the Alfa Romeo and gets the move done into the breakers. So, no, and they've touched Martin! They've touched Martin, and Carter manages to keep that car going straight, but unfortunately he has dropped a few places. He's now down in 5th. JD moves up to 4th, but Gabu's up into 3rd place, so he manages to use the DRS and get past the racing point. The gap between him and Royal Viking are 1.3 seconds. Royal Viking has dropped after that contact with the Haas car. He's now 5.1 behind Demorts, so Demorts looking very comfortable as it stands.
Incredible, just call me Brundle.
Is that Alex or Martin?
Either.
So yeah, you could just about see there how treacherous is sometimes in the DRS. Carter looked like he had the move done. Royal Viking turning a little bit too early, sent the Haas into a bit of a slide. It was very well caught though, I must say, by the Haas driver, as Assault King already out leaves the session. They're all managing to get it through. Castles will go down the field then. Just to recap a little bit, MUFC Harvey down in 9th place, chasing down Crash Gaming. 10th, started 10th, is 10th. It's been a nice consistent race for him then. Racing Slade started in the back of the grid, didn't set a lap time in qualifying. He's up into 11th, looking to once again get in the points. Struggled a little bit recently in the wet weather conditions, but he started very well and be hoping for that early season form to return. His teammate tonight, Van Gerven, on debut, struggling, I think, with the...
Yeah, I think Shadow Moody just got into a little bit of trouble there. I think there's a few races that got in front of him on the turn 1. Didn't see it, but he's dropped down to 14.
Yeah, Shadow Moody down in 14th. Another driver looking to close the gap. Joe Williams just in front of him. Joe Williams fighting with Van Goverdon then as he comes through turn 7. Oh, and the McLaren's had a kick of understeer. And he has gone around. Oh no, and he's at the Ferrari of Shadow Moody, who's gone straight into the wall. Luckily, he's managed to get that car reversed, but he will have to pit for a new front wing. However, he can fit. Oh, and how is he not out? He's gone straight into the wall at turn 10, sorry. Luckily, still has all 4 wheels on that Scarlet Red Ferrari, but a lot of front wing damage there. Not the race he would have wanted. As we jump back up to the front, Danny, a Royal Viking closing that gap down to just 2.5 seconds.
Okay, yeah, it's continuously going down as well. It looks like he's starting to put a bit of pace in.
Yeah.
Chance he's, did he take it down from 4? Was it 4 when he went into second?
Yeah, so it was at one point it was 5.2 seconds. But he's put his foot to the floor over the last lap or so. You can see just in the foreground there is D-Mort's. Is D-Mort struggling, you have to ask? He's got that gap back up to 3 seconds, so wait and see. But these two starting to pull away. Gabu in 3rd then, and the other racing point of JD is just dropped out of DRS as they come through the final few corners. Yellow flags in sector 3. Shadow Moody then going slow into the pit lane. We've got just 3 laps left in this race. It's gone very, very quickly. And I believe D-Morts has led almost every lap. I think 1 lap when he pit, he wasn't in the lead. Took pole position, obviously, and he's driven quite a nice race.
Been brilliant start finish, hasn't he? He's done what needed to be done. Still got 3 laps to go, so he needs to keep this solid, by the way, because Royal Vikings took it down another half a second.
To say anything can happen in these races here at the CRA. We've seen it already as we are now officially past the halfway stage of the season. Lap 7.5, so roughly lap 8 was the halfway point of CRA Season 2. So we're into the second half and we've seen a few cars already. It's many UFC Harvey gets past Crash Gaming, gets past Carter then. So Carter has come into the pits from those opening stages. He's now on these softer compound tyres behind the Renault. Is he going to be able to make a move down this? Oh no, my internet is glitching. Here in round 5. If you're just tuning in, 3 retirements so far. Ninja and Assault King both lost very early on. Ninja on the first lap, not what he would have wanted. Capawander in an instant at turn 3, that meant he lost his front left wheel and could not continue. So them 3 retirements so far. D-Morts has looked very, very comfortable at the front of this race so far. Royal Viking absolutely loved in it in his return to the Cone Racing League. He's currently in 2nd place. Managing to close that gap a little bit on the last lap, about 7/10. He's still 2.4. We've got the battle ensuing between Carter and Wolf Gaming in those DRS zones. Wolf Gaming is looking to go around the outside. But Carter on those soft tyres stays ahead. But it will be DRS for the Renault driver. However, you can just see how much traction is worth in a Grand Prix race as the Haas gets away. Coming through turn 6, and Carter now almost a second clear of the Renault. Now that is champion Dino having been lapped, ghosting there. As you can see, JD might have had a few mistakes in his last lap. He's now dropped to 2 seconds behind Super Gabu in 3rd, who himself has dropped to 3 seconds behind Royal Viking, who has himself dropped to 3 seconds behind D-Morts. So the gap's starting to stretch a little bit now at the front. Whether that's the tyre wear or mistakes creeping in, only the drivers will know. But it looks like it could almost be set. We've got yellow flags in sector 2 though. Is that the Mercedes of Murphy or the Mercedes of Vegas? It looks like it's Vegas letting those cars pass, just slowing down, causing those yellow flags.
Murphy at the moment is just close to MUFC Harvey. He's within half a second. He's got a chance with the lap to go if he keeps close enough. Other than that, there's quite a bit of space in between the rest of them. Looks like Royal Viking isn't going to make it, is he?
No, I think he's just about pushed those tyres too far and is starting to drop off a little bit now. But we're seeing here Murphy, as you mentioned, is in DRS range of that Ferrari car in front of him. Will stay on board then with the Mercedes drivers who flick through turn 20. Open DRS, you can see him gaining on the Ferrari in front. Is he going to be able to get his move done? He's almost out of overtake. He pulls to the right hand side. He's going around the outside. And the Ferrari breaks down a little bit later, but he's missing a bit of his front wing. Is this the world famous switchback? Not this time, unfortunately. The Mercedes driver just didn't have the drive. They're going to have a second attempt here on the second DRS zone in the run up to turn 3. Once again, opens that DRS and he looks closer this time. He pulls to the left hand side. This little bit of a swerve in there. I think he's trying to slalom, not race a Grand Prix car. Not sure what was going on there with him.
Mind games going on there. I'm not sure if he went for it. I don't
Oh,
know.
I've heard of the old twitch and switch, which was one of my preferred moves. But I think that's a bit of a twitching and switching, not the twitch and switch. So here we go then. D-Morts is coming down the final straight as he's about to start his last visit of this 6.003 kilometre track for lap 13 of 13 here in round 5. And like you said, it looks like Royal Viking has pushed those tyres a little bit too far and won't be able to catch the racing point, but we still got that one lap to go, so anything can happen.
Yeah, the lads, the drivers at the front have been pretty consistent in the last few laps. The gaps haven't fluctuated a great deal between them all. Shows that it's a good standard though, that there's some consistent driving going on. It's good to see.
Yeah, so here we go then. This is the battle, not Carter, sorry. This is Jay trying to chase down Super Gabu for that final podium position. The gap is 1.3 seconds. He's only really going to have 2 chances to get a move done on this final lap. We've got yellow flags in sector 3. Oh, no, Vegas is out of the race. Vegas has lost it at turn 20, and that will be the end of his race. So as we see those yellow flags out, they're just a bit too far ahead for most of the drivers to really have an issue. Most of the gaps have sort of sorted out, but JD has just about caught up to Super Gabu. Whether Gabu's made a mistake through
Super
Castle.
He's just connected. I think he's just made connection with the side. It looks like he's lost an end plate by the look.
Yeah, so the racing point of JD is Harvey and Murphy are still battling for 8th and 9th. We're jumping on board with this battle for 3rd place then, but at the front of this Grand Prix it's not long until D-Morts and Royal Viking 1.5 seconds behind. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to do it, so this is the battle for the lead, and the final time we come through through turn 20. The racing point of D-Morts comes down the straight and crosses the line to take victory here in Baku. It's Royal Viking who will come across the line in a second, but who's going to come across in 3rd? I think it's going to be Super Gabu. Yes, it is. Just by 4/10, Super Gabu takes that podium position. 4th place last time out in Australia. He goes one better this week and takes 3rd. It's victory though for D-Morts after starting on pole position as we wait for Carter to come across the line then. Van Gerven, having been lapped, is in 13th. Carter finishes in 5th. Where about Wolf Gaming? He is 6th place. Great drive from him down in 14th, I think, during qualifying. He comes through in 6th. There is your championship leader, Warrior Huntsman, coming across the line in 7th place.
He might be inside DRS, is he?
He is, but I don't think he's going to have enough track to get past the Ferrari driver, and it looks like Harvey will come across in 8th, so he hasn't able to capitalise on Warrior Huntsman's bad day. He finishes behind him, and Crash Gaming, good to see Crash in the points. Red Bull, a strong performance from them, 16 points today as we wait for the final few drivers to cross the line then. Racing Slade, Joe Williams, Van Gerven in 13th, Shadow Moody in 14th, and Dino in 15th. Unfortunately, Vegas, Capawanda, Assault King and Ninja retiring from this race. So there we have it, Dan. That is your first experience in the commentary box, done and dusted, and what a special day it's proved to be for D-Morts. Took pole position and he takes the win.
Yeah, deserved it. He's been solid from start to finish. It is a tough track, that, and certainly we've got to remember that this academy is all about development and consistency and getting better, and there's definitely signs of that, which is very, very positive for the league.
Yeah, so there he is. Very happy, like you say, these academy drivers all well and good, and it is a good result for Racing Point then in the Constructors' Championship. First and fourth place, the biggest gainers today. Your leaders, Alpha Tauri, only Warrior Huntsman able to finish. He crossed the line in 7th, so he does very slightly extend his championship lead, although Super Gabu jumps up into 2nd place, I believe. So I'm pretty sure Super Gabu takes the fastest lap as well in the race then, and he moves up into 2nd place. And there it is, all done and dusted. Just that quick run through then. D-Mots in 1st, Viking is 2nd, Super Gabu in 3rd for the podium position, JD in 4th, Carter, great result, up from 12th into 5th place. Wolf Gaming, another driver coming through the field from 14th to 6th. There is Huntsman in 7th, Harvey in 8th, Murphy gets some points down in 9th place, and Crash Gaming rounds out the top 10. So thank you once again to all of you at home that have joined. This week we have got the semi-finals of the Cone Cup, so make sure you tune in for those, and I will see you next week, and hopefully Danny, you'll be joining me as well.
Yeah, hopefully so. I'll check my diary, mate.
Very much again to everybody, and we'll see you next week.